Hey guys, and welcome back to The Groove. And today I am here with Red Letter Radio on Zoom.
What's up?
Hey
Thank you
everyone.
guys so much for joining. If you could take the moment to introduce yourselves and who you are as a band.
Sure. How about you? Oldest to youngest. All right. My name is Eric. I play guitar and write some of the songs and sing some of the songs. Cool. My name is Jonas. I write some of the songs, sing some of the songs, play bass as of now, but that might be changing soon. Might be migrating over to guitar. Stay tuned. And yeah, pass it over to Lucas. Mr. Luke.
I'm Lucas.
That's awesome.
I believe Lucas plays drums.
Okay, I'm back.
He's back.
Hey. So I play drums and tambourine in some of the songs, and overall, just like I bring, the good vibes, and I make everyone happy.
He
Awesome.
loves apples.
Big apple guy. Shout out Washington.
You're really not fighting the hamster allegations right
Yeah,
now.
rough.
I'll never beat those.
So today I'm here to talk to Red Letter Radio about their debut album, correct me if I'm wrong,
Yeah.
also called Red Letter Radio. Um, so you guys are kind of a newer band,
Ye-
correct?
Yeah, I mean, technically, we've been playing. I think this like actually March just passed, so we're over 2 years old. I think. I mean, as far as releasing stuff, I think we've had stuff out for a
About
little
a
over a
year.
year.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And
yeah,
our first show was a year ago, I think,
Oh
in
wow.
Jonas's hometown. Yeah.
yeah. So in our
So,
infancy.
Shout out
well,
Newport.
so how did the band like form, I guess, is the
We were all we were all working at World Cafe Live at the time. We were all going to school at Drexel,
Mhm.
and
Rip.
Lucas and I were like the service assistant at World Cafe Live.
Yeah.
We did like
Yeah.
everything that nobody wanted to do aside from take out the trash, but we did that a lot of the time too.
No, we took out the trash as well.
We didn't take out like the big
Uh,
kitchen trash if we want to get into like semantics of it, but we did take out trash.
we
So
kept that we kept that place afloat.
we did. We were the backbone of that place.
Yeah, I mean you see what's going on with them now that we don't work there anymore.
Exactly.
Mhm.
This guy was a server using his devilish good looks and his charm to get those tips in.
Yeah.
But yeah, we all just started hanging out. We just decided like when we were hanging out, we were chatting. We all kind of like similar music, all played instruments, all were kind of in bands, but maybe weren't playing as much as we wanted to, or just wanted to try new things. Um, so yeah, we formed a band. We just started jamming, and that's really it. It just was kind of like we had one like real jam, and we didn't really know what was going to come out of that. And then after that, we were just a band, just started playing when we could. We had songs from like other projects that we could try out, or just things that we were kind of currently writing and working on. Um, and yeah, that's really it. They
Yeah.
only scheduled the three of us at World Cafe Live once at the same shift, and we got
Never happened again.
yeah, it didn't happen again.
Oh
Never happened.
wow.
That's what we'll say.
We were too rambunctious, I guess.
So Eric has been on the show before with a
Uh,
previous band.
right.
And maybe that is how you guys found your way into the music scene again. Were Lucas and I'm so sorry, I forget your name.
Goodness. Sorry.
Jonas. I'm sorry.
Forgettable.
Lucas and well, because Lucas's name is on the thing, and I already know Eric.
There was an apple in his mouth half the time, so I figured
But Lucas and Jonas, were you guys also a part of bands that were part of the underground Philly scene as well before this one?
Lucas.
Jonas, I'll let you go first with this one.
Yes, I was in a band called the Victory Project. We had one album out. And yeah, the dissolution of that line overlapped a little bit with Red Letter Radio, and we kept things rolling.
Awesome.
Yeah, I was in a band called Ledge. We had an EP, and it was kind of like hardcore stuff.
Mhm.
Um, but that also kind of just stopped happening,
Yeah.
and I joined Red Letter and realized that we were taking it a lot more serious than my other band. So you
Hmm.
know, everything kind of happens for a reason, I think.
No, yeah. So now that you guys are releasing a debut album tomorrow, also congratulations. I'm sure you guys are hyped.
Honestly,
Um, this will
just
be out a little bit later. But what kind of like give us a little intro into the album? Like what does this album mean to you guys? What is the overarching theme, if there is one at all? Um, what is Red Letter Radio, the album, about?
Fun, dumb rock.
that's what we
That's
say.
about it. Yeah, Ricky, you wanna?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's like two questions there. Like, what's the themes and what does it mean to me? So I'm going to talk about the themes first because I think that's a little easier. And you guys can jump in here too if you want. Um, I mean, I think there's a lot of like, just like kind of general discontent with things in there, but not necessarily like a, oh, I'm really sad kind of way. Just like a, yeah, it is what it is. Like this is life, and it kind of is what it is. It's not perfect, uh, but it's my life, I guess, to some extent.
Hmm.
Uh, I think there's a lot in there. There's a lot of like alcohol singing. I guess it's like thinking about alcohol a lot. A lot of the songs when we first recorded them, we were into big into the port wine back in those days. So we had some good port wine sessions.
Yeah.
So that's a big theme. Like I don't necessarily want to say alcoholism, but drinking. Like that's a big theme. Not in a positive way. Not like we're gonna go out and we're doing shots all night long. Not that type of thing. Um, what else is a big theme in there? You guys help me out here.
I feel like it's also kind of like just the ages we are too, like the general discontent, like partying and I don't know, just kind of like waltzing into real life and just being like, what the hell is this? I guess,
Yes.
and for me, like, and this is kind of live too. I feel like a lot of our songs are fun and like have an energy to it, and I think it's kind of the attitude of shit sucks, but like we got to just like have fun here, like try to make the best of it. So I feel like that's kind of the general energy, I guess,
Yeah. Yeah. I think that
in
kind
a way.
of
I don't know.
Hmm.
that sums it up good. It's honestly it's tough to say because I think a lot of what I think Jonas and I were focused on with these songs was just like trying to grow as songwriters. Um, and I don't want to say that the meaning wasn't important, but I think it was like almost the process for us that was more important. So it's like going through it, creating something. And I think that's like when we talk, what does the album mean? For me, I think when we started it, I was gonna feel like really accomplished. Like, oh my god, I'm so glad we did this. Like, I'm super proud of it, and that's true. I am super proud of it. But honestly, my biggest feeling is that I'm just like so glad it's done. Like, it was a lot of work. We've been like grinding on some of these songs, trying to get them out, perfecting. I don't want to say perfecting them, but iterating them through their creative process for like over a year. So
Hmm.
like, just like kind of like a breath of like sigh of relief. Like we got it out. Like
Yeah.
it's not perfect. It's not like a polished album. That's not what we were trying to do. It's
Hmm.
very much just like this is us out on the table. Um, and I think we're all just happy we got it done. That because it's a big stepping stone, right? Like it's our first album, and we were able to come together, put our heads together. There's a lot of like blood, sweat, and tears. I know they say it's a joke, but it's not even like
It's
not even
grueling.
exact. It was pretty some grueling months there. Like times when I don't think we even thought we were gonna get it done. You go through times like you hear and like this sounds like awful, You just you hear something like this is great, and then you hear it 5, 6,
Yep.
7, 10 more times. Like this sucks. I hate it. But just kind of having the courage to be like, okay, like, hey, this is it. We're putting it out into the world, and we're gonna see what people think. So that's like my real like candid answer. It's like I'm
Mhm.
kind of glad it's done. I'm excited for it. I like doing it. I love the songs, but I'm really just excited to have them out there and now go on to the next thing. Honestly,
Mhm. No, it's
so
a great answer. It's also extremely relatable. Like, I mean, tomorrow I have the biggest presentation of my entire college career.
good
So
luck.
I am just excited that it's over. I can like after tomorrow I can breathe and then move on. And I'm sure that's exactly the feeling that you're talking about. Is just like getting this monster of a thing out of the way, but being proud of your output,
Mhm.
basically.
Yeah, I think like maybe just I'll shut up after this, but I think probably I'll feel like a little bit more of that like triumphant feeling
Hmm.
later on. But I think right now, like it comes out tomorrow, like I'm just like I don't want to like think about it. But I'm sure like later on I'll be like, okay, like looking back, wow, like I'm really proud of what we did. This is great. But if right now, yeah, it's like that sigh of relief. Like this was for all of us. This was like a real dominating part of our lives.
Hmm.
It's a lot of work, and
Yeah.
so it's just like sigh of relief. Like we did it. We got through it.
Yeah, it's really fucking hard. It's like a second job sometimes. It's like it's a lot of work to do this, and it's 12 songs, which is an undertaking. But at the end of the day, quote my hero Jeff Tweedy here: "Make a record with your friends." You know, it's a special thing. I'm really proud of it. I'm glad, like Ricky said, it's a sigh of relief. Glad to have it out.
Hmm. And also, since it's kind of like the early stages of your band too, it's a really good bonding experience to be able to sit there and make 12 songs, record those 12 songs, get them to the point that you want them to, and then actually releasing the album. It kind of sets up that trust and relationship between the three of you that'll be a foundation for the band later on.
Exactly.
For
I
sure.
mean, absolutely. I remember there was one time Eric and I went up to Jonas's hometown to help mix while Jonas was there, and Jonas was away at um some wedding. But Eric and I, we get into this long conversation that like turns into like this argument about grunge and music genres. And I think at the end of it, it just kind of like ended up, you know, so we settled our differences and it ended up, kind of being something of the past. But
Mhm.
all these experiences of mixing the album together and then, you know, credit to Jonas because he's been putting in hours and hours mixing it on his own as well. But just like recording together and making sure we have everything down and going through kind of like the highs and lows and like all the waves that we kind of experience
Mhm.
of making this album. I definitely don't want to speak for them, but I definitely feel closer, and I'm grateful that we went through it. I'm so excited to see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's very close, and I'm excited for what's coming next because we're already, we're writing songs with like that weight off our shoulders of experience of like wanting the album to come out. Like it's coming
Mhm.
out, and we're looking forward to the future.
It's awesome. Well, now we're gonna look into the first two songs on the album. The first being Going Off. Um, what's the theme around this song and how was it written and recorded and all that fun stuff?
Yeah, so going back to the beginning, I actually remember writing this one. I was sitting in my bed, had the window open, and I was really big into the Mac DeMarco like debut album. It's called Rock and Roll Nightclub, and that
I
song,
love that album.
oh my god, it's so goddamn good. I love Mac DeMarco. And so I was like, okay, I want to write something kind of like this, and it doesn't sound like that, but it was kind of, I don't know. It's not. It just happened with that as my kind of frame of reference, and I feel like the song is kind of like we said in the beginning, is just kind of being like piece of shit. I don't know. Like I don't know. I was kind of like thinking of like, we're spending all this time in the basement. We kind of felt like creatures by the end of some of these sessions. So it's kind of about that, and also just like, I don't know, looking at people that I've known, like the paths they've taken, and you know, how different things have turned out for other people, and just kind of like, I don't know, analyzing that. And yeah, drinking's also a theme in there too, in the bridge. So yeah, it's kind of it's a bunch of different things, but just kind of generally, you know, starting off with like, man, what am I doing? Am I doing the right things? You know, what are other people doing? And like, just kind of overanalyzing everything, I guess. But yeah, we usually end the set with this song. Super high energy. It's fun. I feel like this is one of the like our best performances too. So I'm really excited about that. I feel like it really fits us well.
I think it's a song that like kind of took us all by surprise a little bit. It's just kind of like a fun, dumb rocker.
Yeah.
But I think, and one of the reasons why I wanted to put it first is like, I think it's just like such a strong showcase and representation, like what we're about, what we can do. That we wanted to put it first, and yeah, I think we always just kind of thought, yeah, it's just gonna be like our closer, just like a fun, dumb little rock song. But we recorded it, and we turned out, you know, we really liked it. So
Demoed it up in the port wine sessions. So that's where it all started.
That's
uh,
awesome. Lucas disappeared.
don't answer
Where
matter.
did you go?
Um, well, the next song on the album is Next Fall. Um, kind of can you give a little rundown of this one as well?
Yeah. Some of the themes are somewhat. Actually, I don't know. Um, this is a song that I wrote. I think it was like maybe last summer sometime. Um, and two very good friends of mine. I'm not going to name any names, but two very good friends of mine, not these guys, uh, were like in, you know, pretty like, I don't know, if it's pretty long term relationships, but they were in relationships that they had been in since basically as long as I had known them, or for the majority of the time I had known them, and those relationships had ended. Um, and so this was me kind of like reflecting on that, like their relationships ending, and I kind of, for some reason, like was writing about this like movie theater date. That's one of my favorite dates to go. It's low effort, you know, super easy. You don't have to talk at all either, you know.
Right.
I've been I've been utilizing the movie first date for over a decade now. Never fails.
So I
Um,
got me.
um, but yeah, I think, and the whole next fall, because you come back to school in the fall, and it's like you can have this big falling out over the summer, right? Like you're never gonna see. You might think I'm never gonna see this person again, but you go to the same school, and then oh, I'll see you next fall when we get back to school.
Mhm.
So that's kind of like what the I guess what the frame of reference was I was thinking about just these like relationships that really it's like relationships that don't work out. I guess is kind
Mhm.
of what I was thinking about, and then maybe that made me think about my past relationships that usually started with those dumb little movie dates. Um, but yeah, how we recorded it, I don't know. I actually really struggled with this one. I struggled finding like where to sing this song.
Started in the
Um,
port wine sessions too.
did start in the port wine sessions. Um, at one point, like it was just kind of like a whatever acoustic song,
Mhm.
and then kind of like kicked it to try to be a little more like grungy or punky. And then we actually played at a Drexel halftime show, and we did it just duo acoustic, and we had this like great like folky harmony, almost like a, I don't want to, yeah, like yeah, great folk harmony. And I think that to me kind of became like, this is it. Like this is what we need to focus on as the centerpiece of the song. And I think it kind of is reflected in what we ultimately ended up with. I think all those kind of iterations of the song are in what we recorded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of interesting to find like some bands realize a better way of doing or recording the song after playing it live and figuring out what actually sounds good and what doesn't. Are there any other songs on the album that kind of had that not mistake but like realization of like, oh, I'm playing it live and it sounds like this, kind of like this a little bit more?
Interesting.
For me personally, I gotta say it's going off. I know we just talked about that, but I feel like once I played that live, I kind of knew how it needed to build and how it needs to grow in like sound and volume. And I think I was able to kind of like bring that to the recordings and communicate that as well with Jonas because it's his song. And so, you know, just kind of like being able to add everything I can from what I learned playing it live.
You also changed it too, because like you started out like Lucas just played it straight for a while, and then he did this like halftime thing, and then he did a halftime thing, and then like me and him would like go real quiet, and like I would do like some palm muting, and like we dip down and come back up, and then like again we're kind of at like a different place than all that on the record, and it's like it was a natural progression, but yeah, Lucas definitely spent time, and you can see like as we played it live more and more and more, he kind of would change what he was doing. And then we recorded. I think it's important to know with all these songs, like we recorded them playing live, basically. Like um, the main tracks were all played at the same time, and then we went and did like some guitar overdubs, some vocal overdubs, um, maybe some other minor things here and there, but like the core of the songs were all played together because of how we like the live energy was such a essential piece of our sound and how we played together that we felt like in order to actually have these songs sound the way we want them to sound, we have to get as close as we can to a live performance.
Yeah, that's super interesting. Well, now for the listeners, we're gonna listen to Going Off and Next Fall, and I hope you guys enjoy these next two songs, and here we go. And once again, that was Going Off and Next Fall off of Red Letter Radio's newest album, Red Letter Radio. Lucas is in a tunnel on the bus, so it's a little dark. But now we're gonna talk about the next song on the album, which is Crunch.
Grunge.
Can you explain the title to me a little bit for this one?
Yeah, this one took a lot of really deep reflection and deep thought, just about life and everything. But it's I think country and grunge, and then put it together.
Mm.
Got crunch, very very prolific and deep here. But so this song, I was also I still am very into a band called Uncle Tupelo, which is Jeff Tweedy's band for Wilco, and Lucas knew of them. I got Eric onto them. And so I just kind of wanted to write a song that sounded like them. They're like 90s country rock, alt country kind of vibe. And I was absolutely obsessed with them at the time, and I wanted to write something that sounded like that. And then I think I like labeled the voice memo as Crunge, just as like a placeholder name, and then just stuck. And we couldn't figure anything else out that would be better for it. So we just went with Crunge. And yeah, the rest was history.
Awesome. Well, what is this song about? And how did you guys record this one as well?
Oh, man, what is this song about? Man, this is one of the more abstract ones. I think. Oh man, I gotta think about
It's
this one
abstract.
I don't really have like a good story for this one. I mean, I don't know. What do you think, Ricky? What do you feel from this song?
I mean, to me, it always gives me like you're anxious at night and talking to yourself kind of thing. Like maybe not like verbally, but like it was like I think I might be kind of myself tonight, like
Yeah,
breaking like a little bit of like a downward spiral, like anxious spiral. That's kind of
yeah,
what I get from it a little bit. Um, but
yeah. That's actually that's a good point. I think it is just being anxious, um, and then just like worrying that everything will fall apart.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's about it. I think that's a good way to put it. And then as far as recording it, I mean, I feel like this was actually our best like original like first. So like we had a couple different sessions. One of our very first sessions we did this one. It was definitely our best product. And then we re-recorded it we did it the same as the other ones, just recorded it live and then did some overdubs on it. Added a couple new things for the record track, but other than that, it's pretty much held its same shape from the beginning. I mean, this song is one of the oldest ones, probably about 2 years, so hence me like not having a very good grasp on where I was mentally when I wrote it.
Stuff recording wise with this one though, we do it in a couple songs, but I actually sing a low harmony. It's buried underneath there, but there's like a lower voice, which kind of gives it like a bit of a slacker rock feel, pretty like wide
Mhm.
sound. Um, did a lot of guitar overdubs on this one, and I was playing a solo on this for this track, more or less the same since like we did the first demo. And I started to not like it, and then we did the track that's on the record. I think this was when I had like my infection. I had like an entire infection from my body. My
Okay.
head was like on fire. I felt like shit. And I was like kind of coming off of that. And I was here and I didn't feel well at all. And I recorded like probably like at least 10, 15 takes of the solo. And then the last one, I was like, I don't think I'm going to get anything. And that's the one that's actually on the record. And I came back to it and I actually liked it. So it worked out. But yeah, this was one that I had a tough time getting the solo for at least. But I think when we talked about earlier, I was talking about how some of the process for us is like almost more important than the songs themselves. I think that's kind of what this song is showing. Just like we thought we really liked it when we recorded the demo, and then I think that we really, um, I guess, kind of like flexed our recording muscle here. And
Mhm.
so how can we use like recording technique or tracks or ideas to kind of elevate the song? So that's to me when I think of this one. That's what I think about. Just growing as a recording artist, I guess.
Mhm. Awesome.
Well
Well, the
put.
next song we're gonna talk about is Late Dates.
That was like
Late
late
date.
date.
The
Yeah,
same thing. What were you thinking about when writing this song? How was the recording process? Everything else.
yeah, this one was really fun. I wrote this a year ago. I was living with my friend Hav. Shout out Hav, love you, brother. Anyway, I was spending a lot of time on their back patio playing my acoustic guitar, and I was listening a lot to the Wilco Being Their album. Surprise, surprise! And I wanted to just write like a stupid, kind of mindless, like fun, dumb rock song.
Mhm.
And that's what I got with Late Dates. I feel like it was about, I had a couple friends that, similar to Next Fall, that were coming out of relationships. And I don't know, they're just making stupid decisions and doing some stupid shit. And I was just like, what are you doing, bro? What are you guys doing?
Mhm.
Um, so it just kind of carried the idea of just like mindlessness and doing stupid stuff. But yeah, that's about it. I think this is like my favorite song, as kind of simple and dumb as it can be. Curious, what people think about this one, because the lyrics are just so mindless, but that was kind of the whole point. So yeah, and then we recorded this. When did we record this one first?
Might have been last spring.
Yeah, I think we recorded this one.
This one is out already as a single.
This one
Okay.
happened really quick too. Oh yeah, we recorded it at my dad's house, and this was when I was away at that wedding. And Eric like wrote like one of the best guitar solos I've ever heard for it. That's on like the version that's
Oh,
currently out.
there's a funny story with that one.
Yeah.
And
So
it was accidental. Like it was crazy the way that guitar solo sounded. We ended up, you know,
so so yeah, we were
accidentally
recording it, and
in the open room.
we kept taking like a bunch of. Oh, sorry, Lucas. I don't know if we heard you. Do you want to go for it again, Lucas?
For it.
What's up?
Just go for it. Just go for
Okay.
it.
All right.
Please just talk for me.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's what Lucas was trying to say, but basically, like we were using like a little guitar amp off the side, and we had it mic'd up. We were doing the guitar takes, and we got one that was like we thought it was like, oh, this was the take that sounded great. And I listened to it back, and it sounded like really kind of funky and like muffled. And we used the wrong mic, so we used like the overhead like vocal mic that was like pointing the other way,
Yeah.
not the one that's close by to the guitar, but it kind of gave this like open air, roomy kind of feel. So that was what was on the time we did it as a single. We tried to like replicate it on this version, which I think I think I like the first solo better. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, but I think I like we did a lot more with like the rhythm tracks, at least my rhythm track, in this new kind of album version. So I think both of them kind of have a different thing to say.
The new track sounds so much better. I'm so happy with like this might be my favorite track on the album. It just sounds so full. Like it's a lot of times when you're recording, you don't kind of get that sound that you're hoping for in your head when you first write it. But this one, I think I did. So I'm really happy with this one. I think this might be my favorite one on the album, but that might change. So we'll see.
Awesome. And then up next is Captain Morgan.
Captain Morgan, yeah, staying true to the drinking themes. Love me a good spiced rum. Yes, this one's just about like falling outs and stuff like that. Also was pretty Strokes inspired too. I was listening to a lot of the shit. What's that album with Heart in a Cage? Juice Box.
That's the wrong guy.
It's the black album cover with like the like lightning stripe thing going down the middle. I forget what it's
I
called.
don't think I've even
Me
seen.
too. I know what you're talking about though.
You have.
I only know their first record.
No, you know this one. But yeah, I was going for like kind of a Strokesy vibe with it. It's really a unique song for me, just songwriting wise and chord wise, I thought. But this is also like one of my favorite songs too. Like I just love the way that it turned out. I love all of our parts. And yeah, I mean, I think that's about all I have to say on it. How about you?
Yeah, I think everyone has good parts here. It's definitely one of our more like precise songs, if that makes sense. Jonas did a ton of vocal overdubs on it. When it comes to guitar parts, there's like two bands I was trying to rip off for this one. One is like there's this kind of like I guess a little bluesy, kind of a classic rocky lick, which I'm trying to rip straight from Drive My Car on Rubber Soul by the Beatles. And then there's this like kind of it's like almost like a refrain, but it's over the chorus. There's this kind of lead line, and I was really into bands like Joy Division and like that kind of like post punky stuff. Television at the time, so I was trying to rip something like that, a little like I don't want to say non traditional because it still is very basic. I'm not that intelligent on the guitar, I guess is how I'll say it. But for me, it's a little non traditional.
Cool. Well, for the listeners, now we're gonna listen to Crunch, Late Dates, and Captain Morgan. And I hope you guys enjoy these next three songs. And here we go. And once again, that was Crunch, Late Dates, and Captain Morgan by Red Letter Radio off of their debut album, Red Letter Radio. I really can't say it fast. I'm trying
Nice.
to. It's
Yeah,
hard.
I've never even tried.
You should try it right now. Say it
Red
three
Letter
times
Radio,
fast.
Red Letter Radio.
Don't say it three times fast.
If
Three
you
times
say
fast.
Bloody Mary, you say that three
we're gonna
times,
summon a
and
demon.
you turn around your bathroom, and then one of us is gonna pop up. Wish you saw Bloody Mary.
Everyone listening, try it and let me know if you can do it. So next we're gonna skip down to the last two songs on the album.
Holy crap.
Extraordinary.
Oh yeah, so this is one that I wrote in a rather bitter mood, I believe. Yeah, I wasn't
If you
too
can't
happy.
tell from the lyrics.
Yeah. I think this one, like, I don't know how much I need to say about this one because I think it's fairly apparent what I was trying to say. Um, but yeah, I think this is when we talk a little bit about like the general discontent, just like this is my life. I feel like we live. This is gonna sound so annoying. We live in like a time where like I should not say we live in a society basically, but we live in a state of the world where I think with social media and like TV, movies, music, like everything, right? Everyone's trying to be like the next big thing. Everyone's trying to be so special and this and that.
Mhm.
And like this is just me kind of like saying you'll never be extraordinary. Like you're never gonna be extraordinary. And that's why like the song is actually called Extraordinary, because that's what we all really are. And really it's like to me, like it was kind of like me almost like admitting defeat to some extent. Like, yeah, this is all you're ever gonna kind of amount to is just this like these shitty little songs and the shitty little rock album.
Oh.
Musically, at least. And I know it's a pretty like not fun thing to think about it.
Yeah.
But
You're shitting on your own music in your music.
well, I'm not saying that it's necessarily bad,
So
right?
meta.
I'm just saying like, it's just like I'm not gonna be playing Madison Square Garden next year. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
No, man.
that just ain't happening, right? And like that's I guess that's like
You never
so like
know. You never know.
it's just the anger part of that, or like
Mhm.
the sadness, like oh, like yeah, you're never gonna be playing Madison Square Garden, this and that. And then if you talk to me in my life, right, like I would say that's okay, like because I don't do it for that, right? I just do it to have fun and to enjoy myself because I like it, right? So I don't really care if 500 people or 5 people or 5 million people, like that's not why we listen to the or why we make the music, at least for me. So that's kind of what this one is about a little bit. And yeah, just being pissed off with like life and how you have to do things you don't want to do. And
Mhm.
yeah, yeah, it's a weird one. It's something our heaviest song on the album. Um, at one point we had like an awesome Walter White crossover with this. So if you're ever in the Red Letter Studio, you can hear the actual real version of the song with that part still in it. Um, and this is one that took like, oh, I forgot. So I don't know if you know the song. If you don't know, you should definitely listen to it. There's a song. There's a song by this band Space Hog called "In the Meantime." It's a '90s, and I was absolutely obsessed with this band and that particular song for like a solid month. And that's also it was me trying to write this like edgy '90s track as well.
Mm.
But then at the last minute, I kind of flip it, and that's why like some of the guitar in the verse kind of got more like this, a little more like that kind of honky tonk blues thing, doing
Mhm.
like a Lennon post Beatles, like if you know Well, or if you know Cold Turkey, kind of like angsty psych blues kind of thing. Not psychedelic, but like neurotic psychopath kind of
Mhm.
blues. So it's a neurotic track. Uh, it's not fun to listen. Well, it's fun to listen to, but it's not a happy song, and that's
Yeah.
important, you know.
It's a little introspective. Get you in your feelings.
It's interest. Yeah, it's just kind of
Yeah.
like I think every artist has that moment where
Mhm.
whether it's true or not, where you kind of are like, "Damn, I suck. Like I'm never gonna. This is never gonna be anything." And that's kind of like what I had captured there. I think everybody deals with that, whether you're an artist or just whatever. Whatever you're doing, you go through that.
Yeah.
You're gonna feel
Well,
good
that takes us
Madison Square Garden in a couple months.
into the last song of the album, You Won't Do It For You.
This is the weirdest song on the album. Like I it
It's awesome.
I think this one's gonna be pretty polarizing. It's kind of a weird song. It's almost like my like anti-rock song. Like throughout the whole rest of the record as a guitar player, I'm trying my hardest to like play these great guitar solos and live up to my guitar heroes like Jimmy Page and all these great guitar players that I'm can't really hold a candle to. Sometimes it's successful, sometimes it's not. But this song is just like the complete antithesis of that. This is definitely me like tapping into my Velvet Underground, maybe a little bit like Kurt Cobain. I don't even want to say Nirvana, more like Kurt Cobain solo stuff influence here. Um, and it's not really about any one particular thing, but again, kind of was written in a bit of a sour mood and just a little bit of like that. Well, if you're not gonna like do this something, I'll just do it for you. That's kind of like the well,
Mm,
I'll take it if you won't do it for you. I think I was just like depressed and angry, and just like this is what kind of came out of that. Uh,
hmm
so there's not like I feel bad because I feel like a lot of our answers are like that, and I think it just kind of gets like how we write. Is it's more about like how I feel at the time, and I kind of just like say things, and I don't even really understand why I'm saying that at the time. Like it's more of like a subconscious kind of thing. And
Yeah.
then sometimes it makes more sense when you string it all together than other times. Um, so yeah, for this one, it was very much just like stream of consciousness, just trying to like write a song to write a song. And then in the studio, we made it like as weird and uncomfortable to listen to as possible.
hmm
I said it as a joke. We had a good friend of mine come over, and I was like, "Hey, this is the worst song you ever heard in your life." Kind of, and they're like, "Yeah, I didn't like it." I was like, "Oh shit." So now maybe it is. Hey, that's more reason for people to listen to this album. You can hear the worst song you've ever heard in your life. You listen to
True.
the last track
Yeah.
on this album. So there you go.
That's funny. But don't feel bad about your answers being, I was just grumpy and blah, blah, blah. I think that's actually kind of better because, like what you were saying earlier, of everyone trying to be the next biggest artist and things like that, everyone makes these bullshit hooks that come in the first like 30 seconds of a song. So that's my TikTok brain can like be like, yes, this is what I want. But what you guys are giving is like authentic feeling that we're not really getting anymore. And it's good that this interview is like giving you guys the voice to say, this is what the song means, because someone else could just go and listen to that song and be like, what the fuck was that? Like, literally, what was that?
They'll
But now
do that.
the authenticity makes you
They
want
might
to
say that.
enjoy it
They
a
might
little
say that.
bit more.
Yeah.
Um, because I feel like that's like a lost art. I don't know, like angry music is just not like it's still out there, but it's not big anymore. Like I know you mentioned Nirvana and like Kurt Cobain and stuff like that, and I feel
Yeah.
like we haven't had an artist like that in a long time.
I think. Sorry, you're gonna say
I was
something.
gonna say I think I'm the one who's really angry. I don't know if Jones's music is mine.
I don't know. And I think this is why I have like such little words for the album. Like everything that I don't think I've ever in my life sat down and like written words like before a song or like been super intentional about my words. It's always just like, what am I feeling right now? When I open my
Mhm.
mouth to these chords, like, and start singing a melody, like what words start popping up?
Mhm.
So it's really hard to like pinpoint what they actually mean. It's more like I try to, I guess, convey a feeling more, as dumb as that sounds. But I guess using like vocal melody and words more as like an instrument than like actually like trying to
Yeah.
tell a story or anything specific. Something I really don't like is when people are like talking about very specific things in song. And this is just my taste, but I really don't like when people are like, yeah, like I went down this specific street and like I was on my phone and like got my
Yeah.
coffee and like everyone's so distracted these days, it's like, okay, I like to just kind of say whatever comes out and like
Yeah.
matches the song, which is definitely something I ripped off from Jeff Tweedy too. He talks about that a lot.
I think I'm a little different because I will sit down like actually think about. Sometimes I do that, like I kind of mush mouth and just whatever comes out. But for a lot of the songs on this album, like I do try to think about what I'm writing. I just don't necessarily know what it means at the time. But like I can remember certainly like you won't do it for you. Like there's a little bridge section and it says feeling lost, heavy metal, as a pot to the kettle. That's me writing to Jeff Tweedy because he's got two songs, heavy metal drummer, and then pot kettle black, two songs I like very much. So that's just like, how can I like get a little reference to Jeff Tweedy? What that actually really means, I don't know if it means anything, but that was just me. Like, that's where I kind of get like my Lennon-y influence because he would just like kind of, I think I do this, just try to like write a phrase that sounds interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Bob Dylan, you know, like, and that's we were talking about anger. So back when you probably, if you recall, when we had our first interview with my other band at the time, Simply Sedated, we were definitely more of like the Nirvana, angsty anger. I'm in my older age, I'm more like the Bob Dylan kind of anger now.
Yeah.
Like, it's not necessarily the music doesn't really sound angry all the time, but there's like a little bit of like underlying like
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of a little ticked off underneath
Yeah.
it. So
Oh,
yeah.
awesome. Well, for the listeners, now we're gonna listen to Extraordinary and You Don't Do It For You. And I hope you guys enjoy these next two songs. And here we go. And once again, that was Extraordinary and You Won't Do It For You by Red Letter Radio. I said it correctly this time.
You did.
But we are now entering the end of the interview. Sad.
Oh,
Lucas from the Abyss chirps up at the end.
Now it's your time to plug any shows, anything cool that Red Letter Radio has coming up and that you want to talk about.
Well, we're already writing the next album or the next couple singles. We're already like just trying to crank out new things. So
Awesome.
I don't know, guys. What shows we have coming up?
We're playing up in their neck of the woods, right?
Oh yeah, we're playing Jefferson again soon. I think.
Oh, really?
yeah, April 21st.
What else? We might be doing Haverfest, right? Is that what it was? Or
Yeah, that one might be in the works. What's the silver? Oh, that's June 13th, Silver Age HQ in Philadelphia.
Mm.
I think that's on the docket right now. Stay tuned. Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I'm sure we'll have some more songs flying out there at some point, not in the too far distant future.
for us, we just kind of get shows when they come to us. We play a lot of bars, which like they just kind of like, hey, you guys want to play? So, yeah, I mean, I think for me at least, it's just like wanting to record more and get more things out. And I think we're still trying to figure out, do we do like EP or do we do some singles before we, I don't know if we want to launch necessarily right into another album.
Mm-hmm.
Again, going back to it, I'm going to say it again. Like, I think it was the process, which is what, for us, you know, as the musicians was the most important thing. And I feel like we all grew so much.
Oh yeah.
And we grew as individuals, we grew as individual musicians, we grew as a band. We grew as like recording artists. We did this all ourselves. Like, you know, true indie, you know, it's not like indie music from a multi-million-dollar record label.
Mm-hmm.
Right? No, this is just three idiots in a basement in Philadelphia.
Literally.
Who are maybe got a couple PBRs
pretty much.
Yeah.
A few too many sometimes. A few too many.
Trying to just record some music and have some fun in the basement.
Yeah.
And we're doing it all ourselves. You know, we're doing all the miking. We're doing all the mixing, the mastering, and like we don't really know what we're doing. Like we're kind of like making it up as we go, and we've learned a lot through doing this. And I think, you know, if you got a keen ear, you can probably tell which are some of the first songs we did on the album, which are some of the later songs we did on the album. but I think me and Jonas are always writing. I know Lucas from the Abyss is trying to pick up the guitar himself and get some tunes coming out. So maybe we get a little Ringo action.
Yeah.
The drummer starts coming up with some
Hey,
tunes.
if you ask me for any Tom Petty songs, I got you. As long as it's Free Fallin' and Into the Great Wide Open.
Lucas knows a lot of chords in the acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
If you ever see him,
Yeah, some say I might know all the chords.
ask him to play a song called "This Is Every Chord That I Know," and he'll rip it out for you. But yeah, I think for me, like, I did the real fun like bar or house show college scene, and it's fun. I want to keep playing shows, but
Mhm.
for me personally, I'm not speaking for the band. It's like the recording process, the writing process. That's like what keeps me going, and
Mhm.
it really is like the process. Like recording is just like fun, like just trying things out, um, experimenting, getting ideas across. Like that's selfishly the most fulfilling part for me.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I would say a lot of the same there for me. Like, I just want to keep doing it. I mean, I don't do many things. I work, I play music, and like I run. Like, I don't do a whole lot of things. I just strum a lot of guitar, write some songs. So, yeah, I mean, excited to just keep growing as a recording artist, as a songwriter, and just refining everything. I mean, towards the end of the album, like we were starting to kind of figure some things out when it comes to recording. Like we're still definitely very early on, but we learned so much. We've all grown as musicians, and like I don't know, I just feel a lot more comfortable in my voice now. Feel more
Mhm.
comfortable as a player. I understand more of like the kind of techie side of recording and mixing, and yeah, it's all just a process. I'm really excited to see what we do in the future here, and just want to keep the ball rolling.
Mhm. Well,
I
awesome.
guess if we're all addressing, I'll say that I like playing music with my friends.
Awesome.
Well, thank you guys so much. This was awesome. And for the listeners, make sure you check out Red Letter Radio's album, Red Letter Radio, on all streaming platforms and follow them on Instagram and anywhere else you can find them. And always remember to stay groovy.